Have you ever dated a mom? Have you ever dated an ex's mom? Have you ever dated the mom of somebody that you're trying to get to know better? Well, this is a story about the time that just kidding. This is Date My Mom, an old MTV show about young men who go on dates with potential partners' mothers. Yeah. He makes his decision based on what the mothers tell him and what the mothers look like as well. You know, when I'm thinking about dating somebody, I always pull up the old Facebook and I go look at their mother. And then I take a look at their grandmother just so I can get a little glimpse of how they're gonna age. Help me make my decision. Like they say, mothers are like their daughters. You know what? That's true. People are always saying that mothers are raising their daughters just so that one day the mothers can be like the daughters. They're always saying the tree doesn't fall far from the apple. I guess you could say mothers are blocks off the young chip. In the end though, he does have a choice. If the daughters are not attractive enough to his standards, then he doesn't have to choose any of them. But remember, their show is ultimately based off appearance and personality. But if they're not attractive enough, we can go purely off of appearance here. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Mom will have to convince me that their son is the boy for me. I'm into guys who are hot, not guys who think they're hot. Time to date these mothers and find me a lover.
I'm Diana, I'm 49.
I'm Josh and I'm 21.
All right, so right off the bat here, there is a lot going on. We're introduced to like 3 people within the first 10 seconds. The first person that we're introduced to is Jeremy. He's the one who's actually going to be going on the dates with these moms to see if they mesh well together. All we learn about Jeremy in the beginning is that he's into guys that are hot, not guys that think they're hot. And really, that's all you need to know about somebody. That's a great criteria. Next, we're introduced to Diana, the first mom.
I'm Diana, I'm 49.
She's playing the guitar for some reason, so that's cool. We're also introduced to Josh, Diana's son, who just right off the bat says something very concerning.
We're gonna win because we're freaky.
So I don't really know what he means by that. I guess if we take it in a literal sense, him and his mom are gonna try to seduce Jeremy into a threesome to win. Gross. Or, you know, on the other hand, maybe he just means that, you know, they're just spooky. You know, maybe Josh is just a spooky person. You know, he does look like he's a vampire. Maybe he thinks Jeremy's gonna be into Hot Topic employees. So after a little bit more goofy dancing and Josh shaking his butt at us, Josh tells us that he's into bondage.
Yes, I'm into bondage. And if this boy picks me, I'll show him some freaky.
Which is cool.
I hope these other moms are ready to get spanked.
All right!
All right, yeah, I think it was the first one. I mean, I know he probably didn't actually spank her, but just the thought of even pretending to spank my mom, that would never cross my mind. I mean, it just did. But before, all I'm saying is I'm not regularly thinking about spanking my mom. I don't know, I guess me and my mom just aren't as freaky as Josh and Diana.
My ass hurts.
This is gonna be stellar. Bring on mom number 1.
All right, so we're a minute in now, and this is my second time hearing Jeremy, you know, say anything. And one thing I noticed is that he talks very animated. And I'm beginning to think this is just how he talks. You know, he's gonna be on the date, he's gonna be like, so tell me about your son. What is he like? All right, so now Josh is prepping his mom on what to tell Jeremy, and it's mostly sexual.
What if he asked me how many sexual partners you've had?
Infinity doesn't even begin to describe it.
Walked around the block, have you? Okay.
Walked, run, bent, twist, name it.
All right.
Bent, twist, name it. Village bicycle, everyone's had a ride.
Why? I like how he's so open about this with his mom, and she's like, all right, okay. Gotcha. Stop embarrassing me. Stop talking about your bondage. We only talk about that in private, son. Don't want them to know how freaky we are.
Do you want me to talk about the bondage a little bit? Do you?
Well, why not?
What do you want me to tell him?
That I'm the master, he's the bitch.
Gotcha.
Huh. I never thought about it like that. I think that'll work. Jeremy arrives and finally we can let the mom dating commence.
A hug.
Go get him. Woo!
Go get him, Mom, and tell him all the spooky things I'm gonna do to him. Like bite his neck, and suck his blood, and tie him up and use him as a human blood sacrifice.
Hey!
Hi.
Hi, I'm Diana.
I'm Jeremy.
Nice to meet you. So where are we going?
I'm really into vintage cars, so we're going to a car hop.
Oh, a car hop. Okay, sounds good. I'm ready to go.
Should I mention to Diana that she forgot her shoes?
Huh? What? It's like they were trying too hard to make this unscripted that the best they could think of was Diana going on a date shoeless, barefoot. You know? Diana's just freaky like that. So they go to a car hop as their date, and I'm not really sure why, because when they get there, they just start impromptu swing dancing.
So you ready to learn some swing dancing moves?
I am. I'm ready. Come on, there you go, there you go.
I mean, couldn't they just go to like, I don't know, a disco? I don't know, were those a thing in 2005? And everybody that's around them is just like, what the fuck is going on? Who the hell invited these two? Why are they swing dancing? This is a car hop. This isn't a scene on Footloose. Hey, get away from my car. Stop swing dancing in front of my car. Wait, is she barefoot? Is she swing dancing barefoot?
So do your feet hurt at all from this?
Oh, hell no. I never wear shoes. My feet are a shoe. Bottoms like leather.
Wow, you should really get that looked at. I don't think that's good. So Jeremy and Diana finally get to talking about Josh, and the first thing that Diana mentions is that he likes dancing and bondage.
Tell me what I should know about Josh.
He likes to go dancing, do a little bondage. He's got a shirt that I refer to as just a couple of headbands, really.
Yeah, he likes dancing and bondage. Like, she really didn't ease into it at all. Not, yeah, my son Josh, you know, he's a very lovely kid who works at Hot Topic. Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, I think that's really all she needed to say. He would have deduced on his own that Josh likes bondage. Diana then tells Jeremy that Josh's body count is infinity people.
If I asked him, would he tell me how many people he's had sex with in the past month?
Yes, sir. I think he said infinity.
He has had sex with an infinite number of people. And that means everyone. Even his mom. Meanwhile, Jeremy's like, huh? Oh my God, what the fuck? What? Why am I doing this? So then Jeremy tells Diana that he's pretty conservative.
I'm conservative.
Oh, me. Josh has got a lovely whip. Makes a really awesome sound. He just likes to slip it in the air. Makes a cool noise. You a good bitch?
No.
I love how she's like, oh fuck, oh shit. Oh God, what do I do? He's conservative. I need to say something conservative so Josh will have a chance. Josh has a big fat whip that he uses and makes whip sounds with. Yeah, Josh is a freak. So then Diana begins her master plan of seducing Jeremy in order to get him to pick them by grinding on him.
Yeah, you like that, don't you, boy?
Just kidding. Jeremy asked Diana to show him some of Josh's go-go dancing moves for some reason. As if that helps you decide if you like someone or not. Getting twerked on by their mom. So the date's over and Diana meets up with Josh to tell him how it went.
He wanted to know how you dance. So I kind of danced on him a little bit. I was leaning back, giving him some stuff.
Mom, I should have told you I get first touch.
Josh is like, ugh, Mom, damn it. I should have known you were going to throw it back on the potential parent to my kids, who I'm going to have to explain how we met to. Well, kids, it all started when your grandmother threw it back on your father and told him about my big bondage whip. I don't know why he has a southern accent all of a sudden, but I guess I just imagine old people with southern accents.
I'm Christine and I'm 51.
I'm Nick and I'm 19.
And I'm gonna kick these mothers' asses for real.
So now we're introduced to the next couple. I mean mother and son duo. But I do have to say, the way that they introduced them does make them seem like couples.
I'm Nick and I'm 19.
You know, I don't know what it is, but there's something I like about this guy.
I'm not really into sex. I know that's weird, but whatever.
Never mind. Before the date, Nick tells his mom to talk ghetto because that's what every date wants their future and mother-in-law to sound like. A gangster.
Be really loud, be funny, and talk ghetto.
For shiz, what?
And also that he's a chauffeur, even though he's jobless.
Please don't tell him that I don't have a job. I'll look like such a freaking loser. Tell him that my job is to chauffeur people around. I think that's pimp.
Because who doesn't want to date a chauffeur? Yum. So they arrive at a black car for their date. Just a black car. In the middle of nowhere. And then they dress as Bonnie and Clyde and start shooting a porno. Just kidding.
Make it provocative for me.
Ooh, I can be very provocative.
Never mind. I wasn't kidding.
Let's hop in the back seat.
Are you trying to get frisky with me?
Never mind. So finally they sit down to talk about Nick.
Would you like some cider?
Yes, I would.
She's like, oh fuck. What was the line? He's offering me cider. What would I say to that? What would I possibly say to somebody offering me cider?
Yes, I would.
So what does Nick do for a living?
He's a chauffeur.
Where at?
He works for, like, taking people wherever they want to go, you know, wherever.
Oh, Christine's great. Worked like a charm. So basically, Christine goes on to tell Jeremy how much of a total loser Nick is, how he can never do anything right, and how he's going down a deep, dark path that nobody could ever follow him. What? No, I'm not talking about myself. And then Jeremy turns into Tony the Tiger for some reason.
You're right.
Nick,
Mom.
I had such the great time. Let
Again, not scripted.
me tell you,
What's his name?
his name is Jeremy.
Okay, either Christine is a terrible actor or she does not know how to speak. Did she just call him Dirt Me? His name is Dirt Me? That's like strike 3, Christine. Finally, the third duo is Janet and Daniel.
I'm 18 and I'm one hot piece of ass.
Daniel loves his DDR. Daniel is so happy and loving, and he loves to please people.
I'm a brown belt in Taekwondo.
He'll kick your ass.
Daniel's actually pretty normal out of the 3. He likes Dance Dance Revolution, he's so happy and loving, and he loves to please people. He also does Taekwondo and will kick your ass. So, I mean, pretty much everything you could want in a boyfriend. He'll kick your ass.
What do you want me to tell him?
Tell him I like hairy guys.
Why on earth do you like hairy guys?
I don't know, because it's fun to play with. Like it's fun to touch and run my hands through.
Okay, gross. Never mind, I take back what I said about him being normal. And that's pretty much all we find out about Daniel before his mom goes on the date. It looks like he's about to kidnap this woman. I mean, they're just stranded in a random park with like a pop-up table and some food on it. This show has some really weird date ideas. So honestly, they really don't say much besides that Daniel's on MySpace and that he wants to be a math teacher. Oh, and they also talk about dicks.
I wear big shoes, so do you think Daniel can handle that?
Big shoes? Does that mean what I think it means?
Pretty much what everybody talks about on first dates, right? And now it's time for the decision. Oh, I love old TV graphics. It looks like they're introducing the next Prince or something. We introduce to you Prince, The Decision, Dartmouth, Bartholomew III.
Hi, Jeremy. Good to see you.
Good to see you too, Diana.
What's up, Jeremy?
Not much, Christine.
Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you too, Janet.
Okay, a lot has happened, so a quick recap. We have Diana and Josh, the bondage boy. Then there's gangster Christine, who's still a gangster, by the way.
Shoot! What these other mothers think they be? I got this.
And her son Nick. And then finally, Janet and Daniel. He'll kick your ass.
Diana, I love that Josh is such a free spirit, but I'm looking for something a little more meaningful. I do not want to date your son.
Big mistake. Wait till you see what you're missing out on. This is my gorgeous son, Josh.
Okay, you can't tell me that's not music that you would hear in Hot Topic. I am pretty sure that song is on Hot Topic's playlist. Hot Topic's work playlist. Okay, I agree. That might have been a big mistake. Because Josh looks like he's casting like a spell or a hex on you with his eyes. He's really staring into your soul. It's quite disturbing, actually. Nick then gets rejected next, and he just immediately gets out of the car and just makes a vomit face.
Janet, even though Daniel cruises MySpace, the fact that he's career-minded really turns me on. I do want to date your son.
All right, Jeremy. Now you can meet my awesome son, Daniel.
This is
Wait, is this like the same person? I swear they look like twins. He's like, God damn, I've always wanted to know what it would feel like to have sex with myself. Now the ending to the show is a bit anticlimactic. They kind of do a bunch more goofing around, and then they just have like a giant roast session on Jeremy while he's making out with Daniel.
Bite me! My Jeremy!
How do you think he looked?
He looked really stupid.
I think Jeremy's secretly a bitch.
But he can't handle a master like me.
And then the show ends on a sun setting, just like every show from the mid-2000s. Now we don't find out what happens after this, but I like to imagine that the two that didn't get picked start dating each other and everybody wins. Except the moms. They had to go on a date with this guy, and in some cases, twerk on him, just to lose. That's the real tragedy of the show. It's bad for the mom economy and should have never been created. Goodbye.